Alright, so let me start off by saying this. It is way too early for me to be doing something on a Saturday night. Last night we had a little FD watch party, and you know, a bunch of people came over. We watched Formula Drift Pro 2, and then we were just hanging out. So it was a pretty late one, and then I had to be up early this morning. So related to the last video, Tyler and I are going to pick something up today. You know, this whole thing is very unexpected, and you know, at this point I was planning on just chilling until the next drift event, really. But you know, life will throw you curveballs sometimes, and you got to roll with it. So I'm going to pick up Steph's dad's truck to then go to Tyler's and grab Tyler and Tyler's trailer, and we're going to go on a little adventure today, out to the boonies. Super duties. You know, it pains me to have to go pick up a Chevy to fix my broken Chevy with a Ford. Granted, it's a Power Stroke truck, which is cool, but still a Ford. Still has the loose Ford steering wheel issues. But now I'm at the Tyler's, where I'm gonna grab the trailer. So this is what we're telling with. We got the flatbed F-250 out here.
Can you go lower with the ball?
I think that'll be alright.
I think it'll be alright.
Yeah. I will explain when we get home and I get this thing dropped off. I will explain what we're doing here.
Heavy haul and
Alright, so we went and picked up a 2000 Suburban 2500 parts truck. It is a bare bones, like no options truck, so that might create a little bit of an issue, but it has a fuse block that's in good shape. The wiring is there and it's not cut, so it's at least a starting point for where we have to go. Will I have to make a run to the junkyard at some point to probably get some more wiring? Probably, but at least a bulk of it and that fuse block itself are in good shape. And I didn't pay a lot of money for this truck, just to say that probably I'll be able to make money off of it once I sell some parts and take it to the junkyard and scrap it and all that.
you got some free 2500 badges.
Yeah, and yeah, mine does not have the 2500 badges, so I'm kind of excited that I can get some 2500 badges on mine. But yeah, it's no motor, no trans, everything else is pretty much there. It's a work truck. Still has a 6-liter ECU, so I'll be able to sell that off. It is a bare bones vinyl interior, garbage interior. I would swap these seats over if they weren't so crappy, but it's like manual windows and manual locks and all that, which I think is part of what might cause the issue for me, is that everything else in there is the same on the dash, but it's the whole manual door locks, manual windows is something that we might have to figure out from my truck to get that switched over. But yeah, I uncovered the fuse block down there, so that is in good shape, and we'll see what happens. I know like that gray connector that's unplugged has some less wires on it than mine does, but like on mine, that the wires are fixable, so if we depin that plug and repin it into that plug, that should all work.
Cut it back like a foot and just
yeah, and even if we just take all the wires out, repair all the wires, and just repin it with that new plug that works, and plug it in. So I mean, all the pins are there, or all the prongs on the fuse block are there. The fuse blocks are the same. It's just a matter of the wires that go in and out. But that is what we're gonna have to figure out. But full truck, not a lot of money. Now we're gonna take this thing and go home and not work on anything for the rest of the day. All right, guys, so yesterday I wrapped up my video and I was like, it's kind of a boring video. I don't have much to do. So you guys saw in the video before the parts Suburban that I got, and I'm now currently under the hood starting to disassemble the harness and the harness section that I need. Majority of this is the engine harness for the 6 liter. My buddy Tanner is going to be buying that from me and using it in like a swap or whatever. I got the 6 liter PCM out, and right now I'm working on getting the harness section out that I need. So I pulled the factory engine bay fuse block out, and there's some big giant connectors in the back. This one, the black one, is for the engine harness, so I'll disconnect that and yank it out. And I believe this one is for the chassis harness that goes into the junction block. That's the section that I need. And then these, I'm not sure what they are, but I'm just gonna take them off as well. All right, so I have the full engine harness out. Just about, I think the AC stuff, I think it plugs into, I don't know, it goes somewhere down there. So I gotta figure out that one spot left. But there it is, hanging down there. Steph's having fun. Chassis harness that I need is here. It looks like all I have to do is unplug these 2 plugs left, this plug here, and I think the hood light is incorporated in that, and like this plug right here, the wiper motor is incorporated in that as well. So yeah, I think what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna try and lay this harness next to the harness in my truck, and whether it be I use this full harness or if I depin, you know, these wires and repin them into my harness to patch up the failed wires, or crispy wires for that matter, that are inside of my harness. But this seems to be the easy part so far. The hard part is going to be taking the rest of it out from inside the truck, but at least I have a good idea that this stuff can just get yanked through, and it's kind of a good learning experience for when I have to go take it apart on my truck. I will know how to, you know, knock all this stuff out pretty quickly, cleanly. Now is when I'm breaking the plastic clips and all that, because I don't really care about this, and you know, I know how to do it for later. So I'm going to take this whole fuse block with me too, because there's a lot of usable fuses in here that I can save, and all the relays and stuff like that. So looks like we're in pretty good shape so far, going pretty smooth. The other end of that harness, I believe, once it comes from the junction block, comes up to the fuse block here. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to, I think these bolts here, get this lower dash out, or if anything, I'll just break the Sawzall out and start chopping away at this plastic and get the rest of the harness out. That's how we're looking.
Don't ask why.
Yeah, don't ask questions, just do it.
Just accept.
I was gonna step over that. Cut left, forward, keep going. All right,